Ladies and gentlemen, we are now live. We welcome you to the edition of the DoorDash Revolution. We're going to be talking about in today's topic. This is why Grubhub drivers are not making any money. And we're going to do a little testing right now, as I always do, to make sure my sound is on.
Loans range from $100,000 to $35,000, and if you're in a
let's try it now. Always do to make sure my sound is on. All right, we're good right there. Now we've been doing a lot of videos and episodes about Grubhub. It started last year when I went on this campaign when Gig Mom asked the question about is anybody making any money on Grubhub? I showed it in one of my videos and I responded to her, and I took it upon myself to do a Grubhub trivia challenge, and I've been doing challenges ever since. And as you see, we got a new channel down there saying that empower gig drivers for success. That's what we want to do. We want to empower you gig drivers for success, especially on Grubhub. A lot of changes done took place on Grubhub, and it's frustrating people because they're not understanding what's actually happening. Go to your Grubhub driver app, look up information on Grubhub, the new updates and all of that. Also Google and ask questions as well. Let's do this here. All right, I got to push it up because if I don't, it's going to do that. We're going to come down a little bit. All right, you see the series of videos that I have done in the past. You know, we got Pitmaster BBQ, Grills and Thrills. That's my second channel. And we got a whole lot of projects we're going to be doing over there. And as you see, the live streams there. You know, we got all the episodes that's very imperative if you're a Grubhub driver.
Bounce on that. I just want to make sure I acknowledge everybody in the live chat before I get going. All right, let's go ahead and go back to the post. All right. We talked about the pay details, base pay, $3.30, tip, 73 cents, total, $4.03. I left a few other details out. I want people to look at this receipt for what it was. I wanted to know what.
All right, that was just a little prelim of the videos. Hear that if you're a multi-app and you got Grubhub, or if you just got Grubhub as a single app, these are the videos you need to see. Beginner drivers that just got started on Grubhub. You know, these are the video series you need to look at. How to master the Grubhub algorithm is explained, and the DoorDash artificial intelligence. How to navigate DoorDash algorithm 2025 explained, and you got to navigate Grubhub long distance orders explained, and why are there so many Grubhub long distance orders? All right, we talked about in this episodes, a series of episodes that we did there. You know, I got to move that light. Yeah, put it a little bit back out of sight right there. Because I saw the reflection, I still see the reflection. All right, we killed the reflection there. All right, but we still got some light reflection. I know what I'm getting ready to do. Might be a little dark on this side of the room because I killed that noise right there. All right, it's very imperative for those that got a lot of questions about the things that's happening with Grubhub, the updates that's happening with Grubhub. We have our tutorials right here. You can come to the DoorDash Revolution. You can check these videos out. Another thing, I have timestamps. You know, you can look in the description, use it as a table of content. Somewhere in there, your question is there. So be sure to check these episodes out. I've talked to quite a few drivers. They're not understanding what's going on with Grubhub's algorithm. There are drivers that don't really understand what's going on with DoorDash algorithm as well. This is what I'm getting ready to say. It may make some people upset. It may make some people say, finally, somebody's telling the truth. Okay, I've seen a lot of videos, ton loads of videos of different creators, including myself. I'm on that list now. But there's only a few that's really, really being authentic with their information to the viewers. Okay, I'm going to ask one question and I'm going to answer that question too. How can you crack the algorithm, ladies and gentlemen, on any platform if you don't know what that system is on that given app? I've seen people say they cracked the algorithm with Grubhub, but they don't know that Grubhub works off of a just-in-time delivery workflow system. So explain to me how you crack the algorithm and you don't even know what type of system the algorithm is running. Same way on DoorDash as well. You see, DoorDash use a deep red dispatch system in dispatching orders within their algorithm. All right, as you see here, I talk about that algorithm, that workflow system that Grubhub use right here. I talk about it also over here. I also talk about DoorDash, deep red dispatch system on that video there. And we talk about navigating Grubhub long distance orders being explained. For all your cherry pickers out there, if you didn't get the memo, I'm getting ready to give you the memo. These gig apps has given us the memo and we're ignoring it. Why? Because we locked into the mindset of things that we used to do in the past. I know I'm guilty of it as well. And bad habits are sometimes hard to break, right? So we got to make some adjustments on the way we view these gig apps and technology services that we are working on this platform. You know, I had drivers, we testing it out. As I'm talking about this thing, I'm being questioned about, um, what are you talking about? What it can't be what you're saying. You know, I'm doing a delivery, and how can you tell me what's actually going on? And I had to send a memo to at least 5 of these drivers. I didn't want to go through no debate. I didn't want to go through no argument. I already know they didn't understand. I already knew they didn't look at these videos, or they only looked at parts of these videos. And they missed a lot of things that was being said. I'm directing everybody to look at these videos again. That's the reason why I got timestamps. I got chapters there. You can look at it as a table of content. You can address certain situations as you out there doing Grubhub. You know, I want to talk about that there is a long distance algorithm, as you can see right here, for Grubhub. There's a long distance algorithm. Okay. There are a whole lot of long distance orders. Grubhub wanted to gain more customers in rural areas, country areas. Some places people said that is the sticks, where certain towns may not have certain stores and restaurants, but they can at least order 30 minutes away, 45 minutes away. All right. So they want to be able to fulfill those orders towards those customers. My only pet peeve is with these extremely long distance orders, Grubhub should be able to match the difference so drivers can be compensated for going that distance to deliver that order and be able to come back into their region. We have a region, on Grubhub. Go outside that region, You're off the grid, you're off the radar. The phone start acting funny. You know, they sending orders to you, but you're not receiving them because you're out of the region. I wish Grubhub would be able to start tweaking in that area, to where when you're out of that region, that you will get orders that is outside that region, bringing you back into the region. Us drivers will really appreciate it, especially those that's doing the long distance orders. Okay. We also talked about the just in time workflow. You know, I was like, okay, DoorDash got an algorithm. We know that DoorDash have a deep red dispatch system to dispatch orders to drivers. I said Grubhub got to have some type of system as well. So I asked a question about what type of system Grubhub was using, you know, in their algorithm. And let me see, can I find that question that I asked? So I want to be accurate when I tell my viewers what type of question I asked. You know, it's very powerful information for new and beginning drivers, for intermediate drivers, as well as OG drivers, as well as drivers not making money anymore on this platform. All right, let me see. Can I find that question that I asked? I may be able to find it. I may not be able to find it. Let's see. It's not on this tablet here, but it's over there. Okay, we're gonna go straight to that system, and I'm gonna ask this question: what is Grubhub just-in-time workflow system? All right, we're gonna briefly go back over it again in this episode for those that didn't get it. I'm not gonna go through hundreds of pages because I don't have that time. Plus, we as human beings, we have a short attention span. Every one of us do. Okay. You want to get answers quick so you can be able to resolve these problems quick so you can get back on the road and make money. To be able to maximize your earnings in your marketplaces, right? There's a whole lot of things we're going to have to talk about. We're going to let that go ahead because it's going to be some other stuff I need to show. I may show it on there. Let's go ahead and get down with this information here. When you Google it, this is what's going to be said. It also got the developer, Grubhub.com. It's not going to show up good over here. There it is. It's also going to have the developer website where you can go get the rest of that information. And all you got to do is ask, what is Grubhub just-in-time workflow system? And you will find the same information. You can read it for yourself as well. We're going to go over a few things so you can kind of get an understanding why things is changing on Grubhub. All right, when I talk about I'm gonna have to go back to the screen. All right, let's see. Let me turn it down just in case we get to talk. It'll jump on sometime. Let's see. It don't want to work right. Let's see. Let me turn it down. All right. Because it's gonna come on. I know it is. Let's see. What did I just do? I done froze the screen some kind of way. There we go. Hold on. Right here. How to master the Grubhub algorithm. Okay. I talk about the hotspots. If you want to find out about the Grubhub hotspot, you want to find out about the color code index indicator on why is red, deep red, why is it light red, why is it orange, why is it light orange, why do you see an invisible orange? This is the video for you. Once you understand that powerful information, you won't be just aimlessly going out there chasing hotspots and chasing orders. That's the video for you. All right, now let's go ahead and dive into this here. Just-in-time workflow system delays sending restaurant orders to the kitchen. Keyword is delays. I talk about in all 4 of those videos in that series that Grubhub is delaying orders to give the drivers. All right, let's read on. To the kitchen until a driver is near the restaurant. Based on estimated arrival time using traffic data. So what that means? It means that they look at the historical traffic data points of the slow times and busier times these restaurants getting order from repeated clients that order on the Grubhub platform. They got enough history there. They can make predetermined predictions. And if a driver is within that range, that driver get that order. That's the reason why some drivers sitting there at the restaurant thinking they can still get them orders like they used to. And you remember I warned everybody years ago, sit still, don't pay the bills. Now you sitting at a place 45 minutes, 50 minutes wondering why you're not getting the Grubhub orders. And that just don't go for someone that's single apping on Grubhub, but also multi-appers. You're wondering why you're not getting orders there. You're not in the proximity. You're there too early. They don't want to drive there too early. They don't want to drive there too late. Okay, you don't believe me? You look that information up. You can also look at that video, that video, that video, and the next video. You know, and right now we live where it says this is why Grubhub drivers are not making money. The reason why you're not making money because you don't have these key points and information that can help you make better decisions for maximizing your earnings. We have consistency and we have inconsistency on all these apps. There's consistency and inconsistency in the algorithms. It's consistency and inconsistency in the decisions we make. There's consistency and inconsistency in ratings, no matter what platform you are. I'm also doing a Grubhub trivia challenge that I'm going to do 105 stars. 105 stars. I'm going to get 105 stars in 60-day challenge. I will be doing a video explaining the details on it. When I was showing my ratings, the word was brought up inconsistency. I saw more consistency than inconsistency, but we will deal with that in the next video. This is not the show to deal with it today because I'm only is limited of the time, and I want to stick to the subject we on. Art. This helps optimize the operations by ensuring orders are prepared closer to the delivery time, reducing food waste and improving efficiency. Okay, what are we talking about? We're going to talk about a few key points here, and we're going to break them down, scratching the surface. We're not going to take a deep dive in it, just enough fundamentals that you can use for yourself. And then if you want to do more research and case study, you would have to have this as your guide, as your blueprint. Then you get out there in the streets and you go out there and you understand how you position yourself at the right location to get Grubhub orders. All right, let's go ahead and talk about it. We're going to be talking about delayed order sending, optimize preparation, reduce food waste, improve efficiency, integration with other systems. We're going to touch on them right now, starting with the first one. Number one, delayed order sending. Instead of sending the order to the restaurant immediately upon replacement, Grubhub just-in-time system waits until the assigned driver is close to the restaurant, considering factors like traffic and estimated arrival time. Those them historical data points I was talking about earlier. So the driver get the order first. First, they'll submit the offer for that job assignment. Okay, you have a choice. Do you want to accept that job assignment or decline that job assignment? Suppose you decline that job assignment, it's going to go to the next closest driver. And it don't mean sitting right there in front of the restaurant. So if the second driver get that order, the time going to be adjusted because it's not going to be the same time that was offered to the first driver. So the time will be adjusted. Now, if you happen to get an order sitting there and you're there too early, as 3 drivers have experienced, you know, you're there before the pickup time. Then you have to wind up waiting 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 8 minutes, because you were there before the pickup time. But you was the closest driver at that time. They went ahead and gave it to you. Now, if you had to sit there and say, look, I don't want that order, pass it on to the nearest driver that's in close proximity, they going to be on time on Grubhub. So I had 3 drivers. They had a few words with me. They was in disbelief. They didn't understand the system, how it worked. And I had to do it myself while they were on the phone. As soon as I got the order, I said, I'm this many minutes away from it. I fall within that time slot of what the restaurant's supposed to put in their data. There's 2 prep times, ladies and gentlemen. There's a dynamic prep time. There is an artificial prep time. I talk about it in the videos right there. I'm just going to talk a little bit about it today. Those are 2 different prep times. A dynamic prep time is working on that live driver moving, and it's going by that time that the restaurant put in for that driver to receive orders. Short distance orders, large orders, and long distance orders. Okay? All 3 of them falls in a different algorithm pattern in the just-in-time workflow system. All right. There's drivers that's driving in the vicinity of getting long-distance orders and being assigned on the job offer assignments. If you don't know where those boundaries are of the restaurants in your market, you will see those orders. Premier drivers, you will see them orders. Pro drivers, you will see them orders. Partner drivers, you will see them orders. Those that's below partner thinking they're going to cheat the system with a 0% commitment rate, 0% schedule rate, but you got a high on time rating, you're going to be going through a rude awakening. Then you're going to be complaining about why you're getting all of these undesirable offers because you don't understand the system. That's where I come into play at. The information I'm giving you, you haven't heard it from any content creator in this niche. This was the first time I heard about it. And you can also, what's going on, Howard? And you can also recognize these things when you look this information up for yourself. I didn't give all the details either. I didn't go into a deeper dive. That's going to be your job because you want to make money, right? So you got to put in work if you want to make money. You see, there's different pay levels. And I got a pay chart scale for Grubhub. I will be doing in an up and coming video for this market in Memphis, Tennessee. And you can use that as a guideline for other cities and find out what is realistic pay rate in your city. All right, let's go ahead. Optimize preparation. By delaying the order, the restaurant can start preparing the food closer to the driver's arrival. Minimize the time food sit waiting to be picked up. These drivers, including Howard. Howard's in here today in the comments, including Howard had discovered this. I'm gonna tell you what was the words that him and others had told me, which I had told many people last year. Majority of my orders later, I get them snap finger ready. As soon as I get there, the food ready. Okay, I push on. The faster I get there on the arrival time, the faster I can deliver that order to our customers and clients on time. And guess what? They keep the ball rolling. It keeps you getting orders and orders and orders. Now, each tier level system is different. For Grubhub, you see, I'm going to be breaking down some of them things just on the fundamental level. It's your job to get the rest of the information for yourself. I'm sending you to the websites. I got the videos out there for you to make the right decisions, to make better to make better opportunities for yourself, to maximize your earnings. All right, we're going to show something in a minute. We're going to go ahead and push on. So we're going to say it one more time so you can get it. For those that came in late on the show, be sure you watch the replay. Give me at least maybe 24 to 48 hours to put all of that information in so you can have a chapters you can look at in the table of content, and you can zero in on that particular topic for your situation. Yes, we know every market is different. We know every city is different. This city here is more drivers than it is supply and demand. What does that mean? We super saturated, okay? Not oversaturated, super saturated, which is times 3. All right, optimize the preparation. I'm saying it again, by delaying the order. It's just a workflow system. It's the algorithm Grubhub is using, which is a warehouse type of a system that they use in warehouses, automobile industries, retail stores, and also for restaurants when it deals with inventory and supplies. Go ahead and check that information out. I'm going to give it to you today so you can look at it for yourself. You're going to look at the developer.grubhub.com. You're going to be where the ITs and developer website is, where those people does that, and you're going to have that information there. All right. By delaying the order, the restaurant can start preparing the food closer to the driver arrival time, minimizing the time food sits waiting to be picked up. All right, let's go ahead and go to number 3. It also reduces food waste. This approach can significantly reduce food waste, especially in situations where orders might be canceled or delayed, as the food is prepared closer to the delivery time. That's what I was trying to explain to drivers that's on other platforms, even on this platform before they started tweaking the system. You know, you have a group of drivers go into a marketplace plaza and they sit there and they want to get all of the orders. That group get everything coming in. Okay, there's a reason that group does that. They get everything coming in. They understand the algorithm, the algorithm time frame of orders being released. They hold them orders long enough that where they time it just right. When that new wave come in, every other driver gonna get them orders. I don't care how fast you reject the order. I don't care how fast you decline an order. It hits your phone. When it hits your phone, you don't get the new wave of orders coming in because these are existing orders. Why people keep holding these orders? Why are you holding these orders? Get these orders up. The faster these orders can get canceled, the better chances drivers can get better payoffs. These orders keep funneling through the system, recirculating. Same thing happening with the other apps like Uber Eats as well as DoorDash. Then once you get in a bad algorithm, your 2 hours or 4 hours are out there dashing is meaningless now. You're not making any money. But the difference between Grubhub and DoorDash got more options and avenues that drivers can kind of adjust to what's happening. With Grubhub is different. We got to be on there 2 hours before we get a 10-minute pause. Okay? We don't have the luxury that I had on DoorDash, but I got some secrets for that. But I'm not going to reveal them in this video. Let's press on. This information that I'm giving you should empower you to start thinking about what you already doing to make money, and the light bulb gonna come on, and you're gonna have a creative idea of a different concept on how you make money. Things I didn't mention in this video, ideas gonna come to you. I didn't mention them in this video, so ideas can come to you, so you can have your own idea, so you can make your own decisions. We just gave you a blueprint. We just gave you a guide. Okay, you got to make your own decisions with this information. Everybody gonna use this information different. You're not gonna use it like the DoorDash revolution. Every market is different. You're gonna use it according to the demographics in your market, in your cities. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's talk about improve efficiency. Just-in-time delivery helps streamline operations for both the restaurant and delivery driver, potentially leading to faster delivery times and a more efficient overall process. So the same system works for short distance, medium distance, and long distance orders. So you got so many different algorithms for different categories of destination for orders. Okay. For you to want me to repeat that, I'm not going to repeat it because I just forgot what I just said. You have to hit the replay to get what I just said. All right, we're in our moment and we're in our flow right now. Okay, so you're dealing with this right here. You got short distance algorithms for shorter distance offers. You have an algorithm for large orders, group orders. There's an algorithm for them type of orders. There's an algorithm for long distance orders, whether it's reverse orders, average long distance orders, and extremely long distance orders. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about this integration with other systems. Grubhub just-in-time system is integrated with various restaurant technologies, including the point of sale, which is the POS system, the tablet and all of that, and the kitchen display system, which is the KDS, to ensure seamless communication and order management. Now, I'm going to go here and hit the Grubhub developer portal. All right, we're going to do that right there. We're going to tap into that. See, can I pull it up? Give it a little time. You may be able to see it on the screen. You may not be able to see it on the screen. All right, let's see what we got here. It's going to pull up just like this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see, can I do it like that? I don't want to. There it is, right there. It's going to pull up just like that, ladies and gentlemen, for you. This right here will tell you everything you need to know, and then some. It talks. I can turn it sideways so you can see it bigger. That's much better, ain't it? All right. It talks about how the system works. It's going to also show you this as well, so you can see it. All right. How does the just-in-time workflow system work? You don't have to take my word for it. There it is right there. Okay. All right. It talks about dynamic prep time, yeah, and artificial prep time. Let me turn around again so you can see it. Dynamic prep time, artificial prep time. It will explain to you as them 4 drivers found out for themselves the difference. Okay, I can quickly read it for you, but you still need to go back and look at it. Let's go ahead and let me just briefly read it for you. Straighten this up. How does the just-in-time work? Dynamic prep time, artificial prep time. For optimal results using Grubhub time-based just-in-time settings, merchants should align their site level point of sales prep time, which is POS, with Grubhub's predetermined settings. This synchronization ensures that when Grubhub fires an order to the KDS, kitchen display system, let's use for example, 7 minutes before the driver arrival, the restaurant also has 7 minutes to prepare that order. This alignment prevents operational issues and ensures food freshness upon driver arrival. A time gap between these two events can lead to a driver delay or early arrivals, causing frustrations for both the brand and Grubhub driver fleet. So, for instance, if a restaurant has a 7-minute just in time setting and the driver is 5 minutes away, taking 10 minutes to reach the restaurant, the order will trigger the driver in 7 minutes away. There it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's the reason why a lot of you drivers not getting those orders. That's why a lot of you drivers not getting them large orders on Grubhub. That's the reason why a lot of you drivers not getting them high paying offers on Grubhub. This is the reason why a lot of you drivers are getting these long distance orders, these extremely long distance orders first. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the artificial prep time. If a brand does not have the capabilities of assigning prep times at the POS level, Grubhub has the fallback scenario or failback scenario of generating prep times based on data provided by that brand. Back to the historical traffic data points, where they predetermine these times by being able to predict, looking at the historical data of the traffic of orders coming in, doing slow times, peak times. Yes. All right. If a brand claims that the majority of orders sent to the POS takes less than 5 minutes to prepare, Grubhub will auto-generate an array of prep times at 5 minutes increments and fire the order at the time which is nearest to when the just-in-time event occurs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're going to show you. We're going to show you the floor chart right quick. You need to go and be able to see it for yourself. That's the flow chart. That's one of them. Yours truly blocking part of it. That's the first floor chart. And it's got an ASAP. There are ASAP orders on Grubhub. I have got them many a times. ASAP orders and then in orders that sometimes when you get ready to communicate with the customer, they say, I'm your driver. I know a lot of you know what I'm talking about. Got the notification. Those are ASAP orders. All right. Let's do this here. It's got a delivery time of 30 to 40 minutes. I'm going to leave my picture in there blocking a few things. There it is right there. You can see the time right there and everything right there. You can go to that site where you can see that real good. It tells you everything you need to know so you can understand that how the orders are being dispersed out and the way the system works and the thresholds of these orders. Okay, here's the second one. All right. Be sure to go to that website, ladies and gentlemen, so you get that powerful information there. And with that information, they said knowledge is power. Now, knowledge without wisdom has no value. Yes, knowledge is power, but without the wisdom, you have no value. What you mean? You can have knowledge, know how to make money, but wisdom teaches you how to manage money. All right. That analogy should be good enough for you to understand where we're going with this here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's a whole lot of other stuff in here I'm not even going to even put on your mind. So we're going to go ahead and exit out of that. I'm going to look at the live chat, see has anybody had anything to say. And let's see what we got going on here. Howard the only one said good morning this morning. The reason why I put the settings the way I put the settings because I didn't want anybody interrupting me. But those that really want this information. You know how you is in class and the students that's up in the front, they the ones want to learn, but the ones in the back trying to make noise to distract the ones that want to learn. That's the reason why I put the settings the way I did on my video today. So those that want to learn that's in the front of the classroom, you get this information without interruptions. Now it's up to you what you do with this information. This is not me telling you how to do your deliveries. This is not me telling you how to make your money. This is information on a blueprint that will empower you. Hold on. Let's see, can I get that to show up? They want to play with me right quick. All right, let's see. All right. Hold on. All right. The information I'm giving to you is, oh Lord, I knew that was going to happen. Let me do this here. The information I'm giving you is to empower gig drivers for success. That's what I'm doing. That's just like leading the horse to the well so the horse know where the water is. I'm not making the horse eat, but I'm putting it in the horse's mind when it's time that you're thirsty, you know where to go get the water from the water fountain from. All right, same thing here. All right, we empower gig drivers for success. That's all I'm trying to do. Too many drivers out there complaining the same old complaints that's been going on for 10 years in this gig economy. Oh, my tires. Oh, my maintenance. Oh, the miles. Oh, it's my vehicle. You knew it was your vehicle before you got started in this business. I hope you didn't fool yourself, thought you weren't going to put no miles on it, even if you're sitting still picking up orders. I'm tired of hearing the negative Nancy's and babbling Bob complaining, because if you start listening to people complain enough, you're not going to make any money. All right. It's true. I had a good day on Friday. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Howard letting people know. Howard trying to find my water spots too. Oh yeah, I want to let you know I know what you're up to. Yeah, he trying to find them water spots too. You know, but it doesn't matter because once you get hit with an order, you are in an algorithm up under the just-in-time workflow. So the decisions you make with that algorithm is going to determine how much money you're going to make or money you're not finna make. You see what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? I was once told by several drivers, admirers that you're not doing you're not doing DoorDash content anymore. Ain't nobody going to listen to you talking about Grubhub. People are listening now because they're not making money on this platform. Once again, I want to empower gig drivers for success. All right. If you're multi-appers, get the cotton out your ears. I'm a multi-apper too. Juggling apps, it's not stacking apps. There's a difference. Juggling apps, you got them all on all day long. Okay, what you doing, you messing the system up too for orders to keep recycling as well, existing orders to keep funneling through the recycling system as well. Yes, you multi-appers. Messing the game up for the rest of us as well. Now, those multi-appers that know how to stack their apps where it has less idle time on that platform. You only use your filler apps to the maximum income growth by shortening your idle time. Y'all didn't know that? Well, you just got the memo today. By adjusting that and start stacking your apps, watch how much more money you're going to make. I want drivers to be empowered for success in making money faster. Quit fiddling with your thumbs, sitting and waiting, running too many apps at one time. Start stacking your apps. DoorDash in the morning time is popping. Okay, I'm going to do these 2 hours over here. I already got delivered that set up for lunchtime. I already got some orders also set up with Deliver or Zifty or Skip Cart. Start setting a schedule for your apps. I'm saying something here. Listen good. Get the earplugs out your ears. Get the headphones out your ears. Get the Bluetooth out your ears. Turn your music off for a second. You want to stack them. Start scheduling the apps, ladies and gentlemen, as a multi-apper so you can stack those apps at a scheduled time to maximize your profit off of each of your apps that you multi-apping up. Watch and see, don't you make more money? Watch and see, you have less headaches. Watch and see. I guarantee it. So when you do that, you're going to be like, wow. Use the Waze navigation system, and you can use the scheduling part of Waze to schedule your apps. Because when you're on the catering apps, you're on a schedule. When you're on Grubhub, you're on a schedule. You want to be on schedule so you can get the best paydays. I know what I'm talking about. I'm a multi-apper too. I made those mistakes also. Juggling my apps. I'm looking at it. I'm on that gummy Grubhub 12 hours. Then getting up about 2 hours worth of work in. I made $40 in 12 hours on an app that was just kept running. No, I should have went ahead and said, I'm gonna shut this off. Start concentrating on your compository money growth. Somebody said something right there. Let me see. Hook smash in the house here. Also, when you stack your apps, know your market enough to know when to change your apps depending where you are. He's one of the best in the game that know how to do that. And a few others I know. He's one of the best, and a reason why I said it because I done dashed with this man before. I done did research and case studies with this man before. Him and the Phoenix Driver and a few others. Charles D in the house. What's up, Charles D? Good morning. Well, currently watching Ash. Blessing to you and the chat. I appreciate you in here, brother. Appreciate Hulk Smash. Appreciate how the other ones that they listening to, they gathering this powerful information. Your time is too valuable, ladies and gentlemen, to waste your time. Your time is more valuable to you than to waste your own time. Once again, we're here to empower gig drivers for success. That's why I changed the channel banner. We playing with these apps too much. We're letting these apps pimp us out too much. We worrying about miles and all that. You knew you was gonna drive miles anyway. It's how you make your decisions on how you can Reduce your miles to maximize your earnings. I do it in my video. I do it on Grubhub all the time. I talk about shave miles. Why should I go on the E-way? Taking me 7 miles. All I got to do is take this street here, bypass the traffic lights, go to the stop signs, get to my destination faster. I done shaved 4 miles. I done shaved anywhere from 4 to 8 miles on orders that people won't even get. And they long distance orders too. So my thing is you got to know he just told you. Let me read what he said again. Matter of fact, let me see, can I post this information that he just said so y'all can see it. Hold on here. Hold on here. Let's see. I should be able to highlight that there so everyone can see that there. I'm on StreamYard. There it is right there. We can pop it right there like that. Hold on. Trying not to shut y'all off. There it is right there. Y'all can read what he said right there. It's a highlighted comment there. Very powerful information there. He just dropped some jewels right there for all your drivers out there, even veteran drivers. He just told you right there that also when you stack your apps, know your market enough to know when to change your apps depending on where you are. You got to do more than just know your market. This is part of knowing your market. All right. So is everything you need to know what's going on in your market. That still defines it as to know your market. Okay. So you got to know everything that's going on in your market. You got to know the difference between the shift chains. Shift chains can put you in a bad algorithm. Did you know that? Shift change can put you in a bad algorithm where you are a Grubhub driver not making money. You're losing money. Shift change. How long is the shift change? Sometimes the first shift drop the ball. Second shift come in there, they got to start from scratch as if we was the only shift here today. What happened to the Cajun rice? Oh man, we got to make a batch of Cajun rice. We got 50 people out here want food, 20 in the drive-through, 15 drivers. That stuff is actually going on. I know. I'm out there in them streets for real. I'm not one of them content creators, ladies and gentlemen, that gets on the platform and do videos only when I'm out there in them streets. No, this is what I do. This is the income that I make. But you have some content creators out there, or part-time content creators, trying to make some of you believe they full-time gig drivers and they not. Okay, that's just the truth. So you got to decide who you want to listen to that's going to bring valuable information to your plate. There's a lot of good information out there. I'm not the only one. There's a lot of good information out there. But it's time out of hearing millions of videos talking about how I'm taking my car down to the ground. I'm running my car down to the ground. I'm tired of hearing them videos, aren't you? So my thing is, we need to start empowering gig drivers for success on giving them enough information that they can make the right decisions for better opportunities to maximize their earnings. That's what it's about today. Let me see what's else in the live chat here. Be blessed, Rev, and chat. Nurse calling me. We'll listen to the replay. Appreciate you stepping in for a few minutes and all that. That's all good. But I'm putting out information. It's making a few folks upset, but it is the truth. Get in the streets. I gave you the proof. Check it out for yourself. Howard already told people. What I'm telling you is on point. You know, I don't want to give information and then it's not on point. It's definitely on point. Go out and do it for yourself. Howard doing Grubhub. He's beginning to get an understanding of what's going on the app, to where he can understand it enough to where he can maximize it, still do his multi-apping. But it's time to stack your apps. You got to know when to use your apps on certain days. There are certain days you got 15 apps running, only 3 working for you. So why is you on the other 12 apps that's not doing anything for you when only 3 working for you? That's the thing I'm trying to get out there now. I was a juggler too. I was a juggler. talking to jugglers. All right, let's adjust and let's adapt to stacking our apps when we multi-app, maximize our income on each app. I don't care if it's 1 hour. I don't care if it's 15 minutes. You want to make the most money you can on that app when you own that app. Your time is too valuable to waste your own time. So when I get on here and I do gig content, I try my best to keep that in mind. First of all, I don't want to waste my time, and I don't want to waste yours. So be sure, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do it one more time, show you where you need to go. All right. This channel here, we are here to, here he go. Here I go. I got to remember that. All right, let's go here, go there. I got to shoot down fast. All right. How to master the Grubhub algorithm. All right. Going down a little bit further. Something that changed since we got on the thing. It ain't showing everything. It started flipping on. Navigate Grubhub long distance orders explained. All right. This is why Grubhub Drivers not making money. All right. And many more scenarios that I haven't mentioned in this video. All right. Let's see. All right. I was trying to see could I pull them up. They in different slots. Another thing. Check out your deep red dispatch system on that playlist there. It's got a lot of powerful information there. All right, it talks about that for DoorDash drivers and the truth about the preferential status that DoorDash assigns, and customer ratings do matter. Merchant can rate delivery drivers. Also, since we own that, merchant can rate delivery drivers also on Grubhub. They've been doing it probably all along. We just now being able to see the results now. All right, let's push on to some more stuff. Then you got DoorDash drivers, how to understand the DoorDash algorithm. Okay, that's a year ago. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that information is going to help you on the DoorDash platform. And by understanding it, it will also help you on the Grubhub platform. But the same way I did this, I'm going to do it for Grubhub as well. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to push down. It won't let me push down. They go up, down. All right. New dashers, this is what you need to be looking at. I got an episode dealing with the DoorDash Platinum Tier Program playlist that deals with DoorDash Earned by Time, the new Dash Reward Program. All right. Exclusive access to large orders and pro tips for dashers, the new Dasher Platinum level, Platinum Dasher Rewards, high priority listing, and more. We got a volume 2. We're gonna be coming out on that as well. So be sure to go to those areas there, and they should help you enough, guide you in the right direction to make the right decision to maximize earnings in your market. You know, it should give you creative ideas of your own that you're gonna discover I didn't disclose on those videos. I didn't disclose them on purpose, so you got to do some homework and put in work for yourself. You don't have to digest all that stuff at once. Free information there, powerful information that's going to help empower you so you can maximize your earnings in those profitable markets. It's up to you to find out where your profitable marketplaces are in your city. A lot of drivers like myself, if I were to go to Portland, if I were to go to Seattle, all I got to do is go to Google. When I go to Google, I'm going to look at the consistency of all of those subtowns, subcities, and all that. Zip codes. I'm going to check them zip codes out, see where the highest population is, see what type of level of income it is, find out the top restaurants in that area, looking at TripAdvisor and another site that I look at that I'm not going to reveal here. And I'm going to be able to know where to put my anchor stations and anchor points at in that city, in that market, and be able to make money. Still riding around not knowing what I'm doing. So that information right there, you can be able to do in your market what I just told you. I was able to help drivers in their own city using that same technique. I've heard 3 content creators say the same thing. Yeah, I'm watching you. So now you being able to tell others the same thing we know about. Now you putting it out there now, and I congratulate you for it. Now we get ready to end this episode, ladies and gentlemen. They said, "Man, why do you talk like you talk?" We got that military in me. Then we got to get that information out there. Then we excited about drivers going to start making more money. Drivers going to start maximizing. There are bad days out there. We can't stop that. Mondays and Tuesdays for me. That's all I got to do. Shake my head. Guess what I do? If I'm not on another app, I'm going to be on the live stream like I am right now, because I know my time is more valuable than for me to waste my time. Ladies and gentlemen, peace. Take care. We'll see you in the next one. Let me read. Hold on. Let me read and see what else left here. People usually they coming in. Yeah, they coming in now. They coming in. They coming in. Let me read this before we go. What's up? Good information that you shared. Be blessed, Rev. My ratings have moved up since then. Already know. Already know. You eating some shots too to do it. Hey, you can't become premier without eating them shots. They already got it distributed out. And they love to play with you in between. You thinking, I'm just going to do enough to get by. I'm on this level. I'm going to be at the lowest. I get 70, 75%. I'm good. They own to that, people. Once again, they're on to that, people. Once again, they're on to that. Guess what you're getting ready to get? Undesirable offers. Either you're going to eat them to go up, or you're going to decline them to sink. All the platforms is doing it. So that's not nothing new. So I'm putting that memo out there for drivers to understand. And then you don't watch it. They'll play with them ratings a little bit. Seem like they're trying to hold you back a little bit. You're trying to figure out why my number's not going up. I'm not going to reveal it in this video. Peace. Take care. We see you in the next one.